Okay, something we get asked a lot is how do you make a IDX Broker widget that you can actually embed in a WordPress page, and then you can put content above on the page and then the IDX search results down at the bottom. Okay, one caveat about this is that IDX Broker search results display in one format, and those can be styled with CSS and they look one way. And widgets display in a completely different way, and they have their own CSS, and so sometimes we can't actually make them look the same. But let me just show you real quick how this works. So you go to here, you click on designs, click on widgets, then you click on add a widget. You can select the type of a widget. There's map searches, there's quick searches, showcase, and slideshows. Slideshows are kind of cool, but we're going to actually make a showcase today. So then you pick which properties you want to do. These are the featured properties, the agents properties, other properties that you may have entered into the back end of IDX Broker, featured and supplemental, featured agents properties, and this is super awesome. So if you have an office install, say you have 100 or 200 agents, then we can go in here and on these agent pages that we can create, we can actually pull out every agent's property. So that's pretty awesome. Sold and pending properties, custom search, well, this is what we're going to do, and then a custom list where you can just type in the MLS numbers. But on this custom search, then you have to search, you create a search page, and you can just use, whichever one of these search pages is going to work the best for you. A lot of people will use a basic search form and get the information they need and kick out of there and get that going. In our case, that's just not going to be good enough. We're going to get showcase, which properties. Let's go here to custom search, and we're actually going to do an advanced search because then we can pull all these different tools. So let's say that we want to show Marana. This is Marana. We want to limit it to single family. There's some price criteria there. Right here, this is important where the additional filter options are, is you can put the maximum days listed. So if you just say, let's just show things in Marana that have been listed in the last 3 days. Last 3 days is pretty good, except if you get a 3-day weekend like President's Day weekend, and nothing gets listed on the MLS, say Saturday, nothing gets listed Sunday, and then nothing gets listed on Monday. Tuesday, your widget's going to be empty. There'll probably be nothing showing on your widget. So, or if you only have 3 or 4 properties that maybe got uploaded over the weekend, you'll have slim pickings. So yeah, you need to be really careful about 3 days, but let's just put, say, 7 days here. And then there's some sort by, and these are sorted by price. We'll leave that like it is. Then you can just go down here and pick through all these things, like if you want it to be certain school districts or whatever you want, you can pick through here. We're going to call this Tucson. Okay. Again, there's a sort order there. You have to pick a width that it's going to be on your page, and this you can come back in and adjust this later. We're going to make this 6, and the rows, how far down the page you want it to go. In this case, we'll just say let's put it 10. Let's show everything you got. Columns, this determines how big these are. So if we make these like 1, which you can just make less rows too if you only want to show like 3 properties, put 1 row. But if you put 1 column, you're going to get 1 big monster picture right there. 2, pretty big picture. 3, you're starting to get a nice size, but that's not too big. I usually like between 3 and 4. 5, they start getting kind of small. I mean, you could actually put 10 across on a page, but you need to remove the sidebars, and they'd still be pretty small. The object of this is that people can see them, and they're compelled to push on those pictures because the pictures kind of draw them in. Let's leave that at 3 for right now. Click here on build the widget, and then while it builds the widget, you get this piece of code, and then what you'll need to do is you just copy and then paste that code into your into your WordPress page, and you're pretty much good to go. There's also some CSS here if you're comfortable with that. You can make some changes in there on the CSS for that widget. Let's just preview that and see what that ended up looking like. Okay, and this is important too, that the styling of the page, this theme is affecting the widget output here, so that has something to do with it. And that's what that widget looks like. These are the last 7 days in Marana. You can see that it didn't quite fill them up, but that's what you get.